Hey, check this out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Cool. All right, man. If y'all can't hear me, that's cool, man. Because at the same time, some of y'all tripping, man. Look, you see this here? That's what we call swag and thing. Look, I know, man. Check it out. See that? See that? In LBC, man, we go like this, man. Snoop can't do that though, man, because he got cornrows. But this how we do it, though, man. This how we do it. See that? That's called ninja status, man. See, some of y'all think my hammer is fake, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you guys right now, man. You know what this is? This is an Enzo. Does this look fake to you? This is Enzo, man. I'm gonna show y'all right now how I'm gonna scope this Enzo over here. I think 25 pounds, something like that, man. You see that? You see that? I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna scope the handle. You know what I'm saying? It's 20, I think 24 inches, right? Right? See, man. First, you want to tape it, man. Tape it good, man, with duct tape, electrical tape, and steel wires, right? But at the same time, the handle is a I can say a 2x2, right? Or what, 2 by whatever, man. It's 2x4, right? But I cut it down to like 2 feet, right? So you want to round it out, right? So you round it out. I use this my what do you call this hawk knife to make that, and just shave to make a round. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that's gonna be your handle. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure everything is good first, man. You know. So that's why I'm showing you guys right now the process, man, of knowing your weapon, man, knowing your tools. You know what I'm saying? When you know your tools, when you know your weapon, just like how anything else, man, it doesn't just come to you. You know what I'm saying? You have to go out your way and acquire these knowledge, right? But at the same time, though, acquiring knowledge and reading about it does not necessarily mean that you become the expert right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? You got to do by doing the practice, by doing the due diligence, man. The same way that, just because you can read a research paper does not necessarily mean you can read a research paper and then become a researching scientist or researcher, right? That means, yeah, you can read and you can understand certain things, but that doesn't mean you are a researcher, right? That doesn't mean you become an expert. That's why I'm showing you guys right now how this 25, 27-pound Invel, and I'm showing you guys how to scope the handle, right? But at the same time, measuring the length. Why? Because sometimes, man, in the state of chaos, sometimes activities can calm the mind, right? It can give you a way to be productive, right? What's up, fella? What's up, man? But at the same time, it's to ease the mind, but it's to apply the action, right? To apply the action, man, you gotta learn how to scope. So I got this hawk knife right here, man, and I'm sure you guys know how to, make the handle, right? After you, wire everything up, tape everything up. I'm pretty good, man. So, oh hell no, you're a buffalo? Get on my channel, bro. I was kidding, man. That buffalo's good, man. No, check it out. So this is an envelope, right? Because some of y'all think that my hammer was fake, right? Nah, man, but this is 27-pound envelope that I mounted to a 2x4, wood handles, and now I'm gonna show you guys how to scope this, right? What's up, man? So now, what's up, Top GD? So I'm gonna show you guys how to scope this right now, man. So after you tape everything together, man, it helps relax the mind, right? But at the same time, man, you want to make sure that it's fully wrapped, right? Because a 7-pound, a 27 or 30 pounds envelope can sometimes be heavy if you put it onto a wrong wooden handle, right? So that's why you want to make sure, I drill the hole, 2 holes somewhere, in which I put in the steel wire to wrap around the envelope tip, which is on the end right here, right? If you guys play video games, right, every envelope has a little hole in the middle for you to be able to hammer a nail in to make a little hole in the metal sheet plywood, right? So I use that little hole to hook in the wire, in which I drill a 2 small hole right here and wrap all around, so that way I secure it to this 22 2x4 here, right? So you want to do that, but at the same time, now you want to make the handle, right? Why do you want to do this? Look, you don't have to be a martial artist. You don't have to be a weapon master. You want or a sculptor, but the purpose of doing this is to relax the mind, right? It's to relax the mind during the period of chaos. Top G, during the period of chaos, man, sometimes being productive, sculpting, painting, music, creation, working out, right? It can ease the mind. Drawing. For me, doing this right here, it helped me to be more productive at the same time. It controlled my chaos, man. And just remember one thing, guys. My chaos is different from your chaos, right? Every person is unique in their own way. But the process of handling a chaos is similar, right? It's that you must have to take that that mindset to a different level, which is to take action, right? If you sit and do nothing and just contemplate, right, like a cultivator, right? Even the cultivator, right, when they sit and contemplate and reflect, they're processing a chi, a movement of flow. But since we're human, not everyone can do that. Taking action of any action, that's passively in a way relaxing, right? But at the same time, it gives you the tools, right, which is the knife for safety, right, the protocol to make the handle. But at the same time, man, it's sharing the process sometimes, right? Sometimes sharing the process can help alleviate the mind. Why? Because you might have a positive effect in someone else's life, right? And just knowing that you play a role in someone else's life, man, it could be a big thing, or it may not, or you can just do this just because it helps you relax, right? Because maybe once in a while you will see that once you get into a habit of doing things, right? When you get into a habit of applying, taking action to calm the mind, you lost your job, right? Your girlfriend dumped you, your wife dumped you, your boyfriend dumped you, or whoever, someone passed away, right? The state of the mind will become chaotic, right? That is a chaotic state of mind. Instead of just wallowing or sitting and doing nothing, you can wallow and do something, right? You can wallow as a man, right? As a man, you can wallow and be productive. As a woman, you can wallow and be productive, right? And the way to do that is to do something that's not, I would say, too intense, but at the same time, it requires you to be focused, right? Because if I'm not focused, if I'm not concentrating while I reflect, this will happen. I might cut myself, right? Because it's a sharp knife to carve this out. If I don't put that little pressure on, then that chaos in the mind won't be organized, right? Remember, guys, we always look for the way to find that order, but it's not always the best thing sometimes to be in order. Why? Because we gotta have the action, right? Because the action itself is not to be in order, but it's for you to be able to think during the period of chaos, right? Because when you're able to think during a period of chaotic nature of yourself, guess what happens, guys? All of a sudden, all of a sudden, I'm. This is a 27-pound envelope, right? I don't know why. In my mind, I'm just like, man, I gotta do something, I got to elevate. So I was like, you know what? I have an envelope. I might as well make something out of it. You know what I mean? So I started just, and for me, I just started to think, like, you know what? I'm just doing this, I'm just do this. All of a sudden, I got this, and I was like, you know what? Why not come to YouTube real quick, man, and share with you guys real quick, man, to see how I applied myself during the period of a chaotic nature. As you guys may know, I just suffered some loss stuff at the same time. That's not an excuse, but at the same time, to help me show you guys that sometimes when you apply yourself, it's not about what it is, but it's about what it is that you do during that period of chaoticness for you to get better. Does that make sense? All right, guys. Hey, Buffalo Bill, man, good job. I like them too, man.